Hello, everyone. My name is Mrs. C, and I'm an ELL teacher at Florida Connections Academy. Today, I'll be talking about the Unit 4 Matter and Mixtures, Lesson 5 How Can Water Change Portfolio Assignment. This is a science assignment that you'll complete at home with your learning coach and turn into your teacher for a grade. So, in this assignment, you were talking about the three states of matter: solid, liquid, and gas. Let's go over our rubric so we know exactly what you need to do to get the best grade possible. Right here, it says the student included all parts. So, what parts do you need to include? Hmm. Draw pictures of water as a solid changing to water as a liquid. Draw pictures of water as a liquid changing to water as a gas. Draw pictures of water as a liquid changing to water as a solid. So you're going to be showing pictures of those changes in the water's state of matter. It also says you will write about water changing from solid to a liquid, write about water changing from a liquid to a gas, and write about water changing from a liquid to a solid. So not only are you going to draw pictures, but you're going to write sentences about those changes taking effect as well. So you have a worksheet. It looks just like this. And you can see where you're going to draw those pictures. Right here under solid, you're going to draw a picture of water in its solid state. Then there's an arrow with liquid on this side. You're going to draw a picture of that solid changing into liquid. So what does that mean? Well, what does water look like when it's a solid? Does anyone know what these are called? Hmm, ice cubes, right? When you freeze water, it turns to ice. So when you have a really cold temperature, it causes water to change into a solid state of matter. So then you get ice cubes. But if that temperature increases it and it gets warmer and warmer and warmer around the ice, what happens to it? It starts to melt, right? When it melts, it changes into a liquid, and eventually you have water. Now we have a whole glass of water. We don't have any ice left. So that increasing temperature changes it to a liquid. So on your worksheet, you're going to draw the solid state. Those are those ice cubes, right? And the liquid state. That's that water. Okay, if we scroll down, now you're going to start with liquid. So you could draw another glass of water. You could even draw a puddle or a pond. Now we're drawing it changing to gas. So when it gets hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter, that water starts to turn into steam, right? Water vapor, and it starts to move upward. So you could show something like a big boiling pot of water. You could show a tea kettle with boiling water. So you need to show that steam, right? That almost looks like smoke, but it's water vapor coming out and changing from that liquid to that gas state. Okay, so that's the second part. Now let's look at your worksheet again. I see below that liquid to solid. So now we're going back. We're changing back from that gas to that liquid. That would be our glass of water, right? So we don't have our gas state anymore. Now we have our liquid state, which is our glass of water, maybe your small puddle, and we're changing it back to a solid. So that would be those ice cubes, right? That frozen water. Once you draw all of these pictures, you're going to scroll down on your worksheet, and it looks like this. Write about the changes that happen in your illustrations. So in solid to liquid, what happened to change that water? First, the water was frozen, right? Temperature affects those changes, those states of matter. So first the water was frozen. It looked like ice cubes. That's what I drew. I drew ice cubes, right? Then it got warmer or hotter. The water melted and, well, I shouldn't say the water melted, right? The ice melted. It was in that solid state. The ice melted and turned into water. Ice is a solid. Water is a liquid. So that's a lot of information, right? First, the water was frozen. It looked like ice cubes. Then it got warmer. The ice melted and turned into water. Ice is a solid. Water is a liquid. So I've got a lot of good sentences there discussing how that solid to liquid change occurred. The next one says liquid to gas. My water got hotter and hotter. It changed from liquid water into water vapor. Water vapor is a gas. So now I'm talking about when I had that glass of water that you could drink and I boiled it, maybe in a pot, maybe in a kettle, and it changed to water vapor. All right, let's keep going down. We're not done. Liquid to solid. So now we're going backwards. Remember, we're starting with our water again, and it's liquid form in a glass, and we're switching over to solid. So my water was a liquid. It got colder and colder. Remember, when it's a solid, it's in a frozen state. So my water was a liquid. It got colder and colder until it was frozen. It turned into ice. Ice is a solid. So now I've got my pictures that I've drawn of each of those changes, and I've got those sentences written out. Remember, you can get help from your learning coach with those sentences. There's a lot of big words, some difficult spelling in there, but just try to do your best, okay? Give as much detail as you can about solid, about that liquid, and about that gas state of your water. If you do all of that, I'm sure you're going to check all those boxes off on your rubric and get a really amazing grade. That's it for me. I'm Mrs. C. See you next time.